Welcome to episode 12 of
A Very Venture Vodcast.
Today we will be celebrating season 4.2, episode 1, The Diving Bell versus the Butter Glider.
Butter glider.
Did you see how great I said that?
Yeah, it was good.
It's really hard. Yeah.
It's a little tongue twister.
Maybe 12 times in practicing.
We have a disclaimer.
Mm-hmm.
If you haven't seen The Venture Brothers, especially season 4.2, episode 1, the one that aired on Sunday, stop watching.
Steer away.
Buy the DVDs and watch the entire series, season episodes you've missed, etc., and then come back.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Well, as you probably heard, if you follow us on Twitter, which you should, at Very Venture Girls, GRLS, we went to Dragon Con.
It was so great.
It's impossible to explain, everything that happened, everything we saw.
I forget everything that happened.
I started making notes on my way home. Don't forget, saw Batman on cell phone. It was amazing.
In a notebook.
But I'm sure, for the next few weeks, we'll be probably referencing, things we saw and overheard at Dragon Con.
Situations.
Most importantly, we got to spend a lot of quality time with Doc Hammer, who's the co-creator of the Venture Brothers.
It was awesome.
It was kind of okay, where would you say our expectations were for Dragon Con?
Our expectations were probably at a 4 or 5.
Oh, mine was 12.
Really?
0.7.
See, here's what I was my expectation was we were going to go, we might take a picture with him, at best shake his hand, say hi.
Instead,
we had all of these conversations that were amazing. And honestly, Doc could probably ramble on for hours with anybody. Give him a subject and he goes.
He's like a slot machine. You just stick in something. Actually, it's not how a slot machine works. He's like a computer.
Also,
he's
a person who takes conversation subjects and runs with them. That's what he's like.
He's like a slot machine. For someone who's as snarky as he is, he's also ridiculously nice.
Yeah. I didn't see him say no to a single person while we were there.
No.
To an autograph, a picture, a hug.
Drunk guy who wandered up.
A drunk LSU fan, yeah.
So we're going to be dropping in conversation. Well, you remember what Doc said.
Doc did say this.
You have to promise not to hate us for that.
Yeah.
It's going to be really hard.
Also, when we first met him, our friend Mark, who runs Venture Bros blog.
He's awesome.
Introduced us. Yeah, he is awesome. And Doc goes, oh yeah, I think I've seen your girls' show. You call me a crybaby or a sissy pants? And we were both mortified.
First thing he said to us.
We were like, what? No, we would never say that. And then we thought about it, and we remembered our Christmas special episode where we did say that he was a sappy McSap-Pants. We were really just saying that he writes the, sensitive episodes and, a lot of the monologues and, so the feelings episodes.
I stand by that he's kind of sappy McSappy-Pants, though.
He is. But that's what we love about him. Mm-hmm. One of the things.
He also made us honorary...
hair.
And his vests.
Sorry.
What? Oh, and most importantly, he made us honorary Astro-based cadets.
It was really exciting.
If he can do that without Jackson, not 100% sure, but we're going with it. Yeah. Along with Mark, which is it was amazing.
And Chandra Free.
Apparently, our certificates are in the mail. That was coding. It's hard to see.
Really excited to see what they look like.
So
mostly just excited to see if it happens.
So I don't think I've introduced the official Monarch action figure.
Legs.
Sorry. I would like to point out that his wings are indeed signed by Jackson and Doc. However, I adventured one of his eyebrows off.
Oops.
Which is kind of bad.
Also, if you can see behind us, there's a picture of Brock. Mm-hmm. It's signed.
Oh, yeah. And our giveaway from last time?
We surprised our giveaway winner. Mm-hmm. And what happened was we went up to the signing table and we were the last of 15 people. Yeah. And they were one thing only, no pictures, don't stop, keep walking.
Yeah, they weren't saying that, but their handler was yelling.
The handlers were saying that. So we got up there, and I'm holding the giveaway. We were going to get the giveaway thing signed as a surprise. I'm holding it, and Jackson sees it, and he's like, is that... What? And I was like, yeah. And they were like, oh no, this is too good. We'll get in trouble. We don't care. We're signing this. And then Doc was like, it's for a giveaway.
Because the lady was like shrieking at us.
Yeah, so it was
Worth
kind of
it.
awesome. And we were like, we totally wanted to surprise our winner. So, and we did. She posted a great YouTube video.
Oh, yeah. You should check it out. We'll include a link in our blog.
Yeah.
Also, we should say that we got to meet, like, I mean, you already said that we met, like, Spooky Chan and we met Mark and stuff, but we met a ton of Venture fans that were...
And John from...
and John
Adult Swim
from
cast.
the Adult Swim cast, yeah. Amazing. They're so nice. And what the weirdest thing about the Venture fans, I'm just going to say, they're so nice.
We didn't meet a single Venture fan that we didn't like.
It was like it's not big enough yet for there to be, like, snobs in the show. You know what I mean? So Sunday night's episode, gosh, I have to say this again, the diving bell versus the butter glider. I'm just trying to say it. It's difficult.
The diving bell versus the butter glider.
It was a play. It's like a pun off of the memoir, The Diving Bell and the Butterfly, which, you know, is a book. I think they also think they made a movie of it, like, in 2007 or so. But it's a memoir. It's a true story about a man who was paralyzed due to a stroke, and except for his head and, like, his left eye. And so through blinking, he dictates his story.
Yeah, it's funny because Doc talked about this at DragonCon.
Doc Hammer, yeah. I mean, duh.
Not Doc Venture.
Although we met a few.
We did. He talked about this at DragonCon, and not in this context, not talking about where the name of this episode came from. He was just talking about it. So it was just funny that when we were like, oh, what's the name of this episode again? Oh, yeah. We totally had a conversation about this with Doc.
I mean, yeah.
And so shall end all of our stories.
Pretty much. You use that kind of toothpaste? Doc was talking to me about toothpaste. I mean, really, though, if you spend that much time with him, you'd have, like, an anecdote about everything that there is under the sun.
Also, we should edit out some of the extreme
all of it.
moments.
All of it.
Mostly because it's going to be like, Doc,
I mean,
Doc.
it's like 10
also
minutes.
Doc.
10 minutes of Doc.
Doc. Did we mention we met Doc Hammer? It was awesome. Also, this episode was written by Jackson, and today, the day that we're recording, happens to be Jackson's birthday. So, happy birthday, Jackson Publick. You're awesome, and we heart you. Big hearts.
Little hearts.
Let's talk about highlights.
Yeah, let's talk about highlights. Let's just jump right in from this week's episode. First of all, we saw that 21's on his first solo command, during which he kind of seems to be kicking ass and taking names.
We turned to each other in the middle of the episode, and we're like, they're weirdly on their game here. And they're getting really good at henching.
Yeah.
And we're kind of concerned that this is going to turn into, like, an actual situation, not just messing around.
I don't know how long the Venture family is going to hold out. They're not clones anymore.
Yeah.
It's episode 1. It's not even the Monarch. It's 21.
And Doc's, like, half paralyzed, and...
They have not just one, but, like, 2 bodyguards, sort of, now. And they're still getting their butts handed to them, so...
Also, the Moppets almost die. So, they showed a clip at the Venture Brothers panel at DragonCon.
Yeah.
And in that clip was the scene of the Moppets going over the cliff, and then they cut the clip.
Yeah.
And everyone in the panel started cheering.
Well, if it wasn't, it sounded
like everyone. And I turned to Marilee, and I was like, you know, they don't actually show them dying.
Yeah.
I bet they lived through it. And then they did.
Oh, wait, they did. Ugh. But they have new little henchmen outfits. They actually have, like,
they do. They have
wings now.
Yeah, they shed their pupa shells and blossomed into butterflies.
King Gorilla has cancer. It's kind of depressing for a cartoon show. It's a little bit touching. Not expecting that.
There's also the David Byrne reference.
Oh yeah, the Monarch, who by the way is like constantly referencing 80s music, makes a reference to David Byrne in the Stop Making Sense. It's like the Talking Heads like movie concert. Really, really obscure reference.
Check it out.
Actually,
he's wearing a huge jacket. We're gonna post a picture on the blog.
Yeah.
Side note: Princess Tiny Feet is at King Gorilla's party.
Did you see that?
I did.
I meant.
I did. That's why I'm talking about it, actually.
All right, sass fans. So Dr. Venture doesn't have health insurance, so when he does get hurt, which by the way, God, that's sad.
Yeah.
For a super scientist. So when he pretty much collapses, they take him to a hospital. The MRI machine like just makes it worse, and the metal that's in his body, it's just like awful. He's bleeding. Anyway, so at that point,
Hitcher said he goes off like a bag of Jiffy Pop.
Ugh.
So they summon Billy and White. The conjectural technologies has a bat signal. And how fitting was it that Hank was the one to put the bat signal up in the sky?
Oh yeah.
Because he loves the bat. He is the bat.
Yeah. And so of course Billy and White leap into action with an amazing sequence, which is very Tron. Like, I just saw the new trailer for it, and it's pretty much a Tron situation. They're having so much fun, you know?
Yeah.
And of course they do that thing where they like
separate and then they
reconvene for no reason.
And then we see them go straight into the pond, and it splashes, and it completely renews our faith in their incompetence.
Pretty much. And so then you cut to the scene of 21 complaining about how there's like a lack of equipment and firearms, and
then he presents the Mark V hench suit.
Yeah.
It was awesome. We're hoping we're going to see new uniforms. He does ask for retractable wings because all of the doorways are arched at the top. Yeah, tapered, and they can't get through.
Mm-hmm. And he should get them because he kept his part of the bargain, so...
You're right.
Mm-hmm.
He got Dr. Fincher.
He got the monarch back on Dr. Venture.
Well, yeah, but the butter glider's still in his life, so we'll see.
We'll see. Yeah, there's like the domination gauntlet. Things that, of course, they spent so much time on that are
in the background for like 3 seconds. But, oh my gosh, the animation was amazing.
Oh my gosh.
Somebody tweeted us, and I should have written down what their Twitter name was. I'm so sorry. I will retweet you later. They were like, the part that got me was the cocoon in the reflection of the window at King Gorilla's welcome home party.
Yeah.
Amazing. I mean, just the details that were in it were so great.
But here's my thing. If they're killing themselves making it look this good, which, like, they probably are, I'd rather them make it less good and get more show. Like,
make it a little sloppy, do a season 5.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm soaking it up, and it's just like, what the hell? But, I mean...
Don't kill yourself, guys.